Hello, good evening, guys. We're not here. I'm back with Footy Talk. Guess it's episode 14 today. It's very hot. All of y'all know what we're going to go on straight into that on the European Super League. Let's dive in straight away. Getting my co-host in today now. Nick, welcome back. Long time.
Maybe not. Yes, long time. Thanks for having me back again. Yeah.
Means
I
being
wish you'll be under better circumstances, lah. That's the thing.
yes. The news got us all caught by surprise.
Uh,
It's emotional. Lots of mixed feelings. Everyone's having various opinions.
yeah.
Let's just bring in our host
Yeah.
inside.
Let's bring them in, man. Yeah.
Get our
That's very
speakers
good.
inside today.
Yeah.
With Dave from Malaysia. Welcome back, Dave.
Yep.
It is.
How are you guys?
Good. Dave, one word. ESL.
Black day for football.
ESL, one word.
Black day.
Black
It's a
day.
doomsday.
Oh, doomsday.
It's a doomsday for football. Nick has it on his background already. No. It's 4. I just said 3. He has it 4. So it's stronger. He has stronger opinion than me.
No. Let's hear it from the Footy Guru. Footy Guru, welcome back.
Whoa.
Thank you for having me.
See,
How are you,
he's
boss?
he's on a black shirt as well. He's
Yep.
mourning as well.
Yeah, it's a dark
I
day for
can't wear a
football.
black shirt because I'll just disappear as a talking head in my background. That's the problem.
No, at least I appreciate we not decided to wear a Malaysia jersey because we
Yes.
don't have this issue here. But I decided not to touch the jersey at
I
all.
wanted to tell you all. We started the Super League before the Europe started it.
Yes.
We got Malaysian
Yeah,
Super
that's it.
Yeah.
So I
Malaysia
think
has Super League way
parents just
back.
decided to look at Johor, in Malaysia and say, "Oh, you guys got Super League."
Bro, just imagine like these teams called MIFA or PKNS or PJ City, they form a Super League, just want to boycott JDT. What will happen?
Yeah,
Because JDT are becoming champions like
it could happen.
nobody's business.
Yeah, why
It could
not?
happen. You never know.
You're starting this weird trend of this elite kind of mindset about sports. It's not going to stop with football.
This is the first start, I would say. If you're talking about that, we might even have a Super World Cup.
Of what? Who? How many? What's the criteria? How many football? How many World Cups have you qualified?
Maybe Malaysia would be pushing for it because we have not qualified for some time.
Finally, I would like to see Malaysia in World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, jokes aside, let's
Yeah,
get in
let's go
straight
into
away inside. The teams have came out and said that they're forming European Super League. What is this? Who are? Footy Guru.
Oh,
Oh, it has to be me. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, this is for me. This is absolutely disgrace. For me, this is purely a footballing. What do I can say? Like the monopoly of the big guns. Like big honors. Like if you see, you can't blame the club manager or club players, but this decision purely by the honest, the greedy honest. And I can say that this invention of the Super League, I see this as an American model, like American model when it comes to sports. If you all know like how they run the NBA, NFL, there where they have things like Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and each team will play 10 to 12, 13 games, like literally whole season. And end of the day, they will see when it comes to what you gain at the end of the season is the revenue per team. End of the day, everyone make money. So this Super League is all about more games and more money. Simple as that. More games and more money. And the thing that I just can't digest is like they say 20 clubs will be part of this and 15 founders. The crazy thing is the 15 founding members will be there. Like for now, they have signed for 23 years. The agreement is for 23 years.
And they can't be relegated.
Yes, they will never be relegated. For example, Arsenal or Spurs, regardless where they finish in their domestic league, if they play in the domestic league. At the current rate, that's not possible because Premier League is against it. And I'm very sure Syria would do the same, Spanish League would do the same, and UEFA would already like looking to ban them from the competition. So if let's say they play in the domestic league, regardless where you finish, you would play in the Super League. So where goes the merit? Where goes the merit? You you would love to play in the biggest competition ever, but you would love to do that by merit. You finish top four, you qualify to the Champions League. Okay, I admit that football has been going through the evolution. Take the European Cup, the whole European Cup, the format, and then comes the Champions League format.
Yeah.
And early stages, it's all about the champion of from the certain country would qualify, only the champions. And then they changed it to top three, top four. They give chance. I welcome that changes, but not changes like this. These changes would destroy football forever. I would say that this is a total disrespect for the founding members of football. In English football, who are the founding members? The likes of West Brom, the likes of Aston Villa, Everton are founding members.
Yep.
So where's the respect towards them? This is a total domination by the so-called elites of the game. And
Exactly.
I'm not sure the exact figure of it, but I think by participating alone in the Super League would guarantee you millions. That's
500
more
million.
yes, that's more than the winning price of Champions League. Now
Yep.
it makes sense why these 12 clubs for now is already agreed to proceed with the Super
But
League.
Poa, don't you think this is actually was homecoming for quite some time? I mean,
Yeah,
UEFA
it
started it,
is.
FIFA started
It
it.
is
For example, we are crying foul so much on the forming of ESL, but
hmm,
why we are not crying the same fall towards UEFA? For
exactly.
example, the expansion of the
No,
Champions League, 36 matches, 36 team. Don't make
Hmm.
sense. It's all money driven behind that. It's just more, it's about who has the more money now.
Mm.
Yes, I agree that, but I think this was coming, and I think I would blame both FIFA and UEFA as well. Over the last 1 decade or so, I would say that, especially the financial fair play, the invention of the UEFA Nations League, everyone was against it, but UEFA and FIFA they didn't care at all. They didn't care at all. If now
Yeah.
UEFA saying that, oh, these 12 clubs are being as snakes now, like UEFA president yesterday branded all these 12 clubs as snakes. Okay, but you are being the same as well when it comes to
Hmm.
all these things. Like literally every club managers were against the UEFA Nations League. It Jurgen Klopp branded it as a pointless tournament.
Yes, it
That
is a finals tournament.
yep.
it is a pointless tournament. But why they did that? UEFA responsible for that because more money. You can generate more money through the tournament. Simple as that. And I would say this UEFA Super League, sorry, I forgot the name. European Super League. Sorry, European Super League. European Super League. I think they would be very happy because FIFA now saying that the players who are participating in the league will never can't participate in the World Cup. Same goes to UEFA. I think this is a win-win situation for Super League as a whole because end of the day you can't generate any money by letting your players go to tournament like World Cup and UEFA. Simple as that. This is a gain for them. So they would be happily like take it. They would be happily accept that decision. If let's say FIFA say that no, your players can't play in World Cup, or UEFA saying that you can't play in the upcoming Euro as well. Like the crazy thing about it is the season is not yet over. The season
Yep.
still like the
Yep.
season like literally in every country, every nation here, they still have
In,
10 games less than 10 or 10 less than 10 games to go.
in a crucial stage actually.
And the cruel part of it is the current Champions League and UEFA, Europa League campaign who's entered the semi-final stages. How would teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, and
Mm.
United and of course Real Madrid as well, and Manchester City, who earned their right to qualify to the semi-final now. And now probably I think Monday we will know what's the decision is
Yep.
regarding that. Most likely the five teams would be banned. So basically PSG would be crowned champions
Champions.
of Europe by default. Okay, and Villarreal versus AS Roma in the Europa League final. How crazy is this? How crazy is this? I just don't get it. Like this is totally a American model when it comes to sports. This is what they do there. Remember what they do there. In the halftime, you can see the likes of Rihanna or Madonna come and perform for half an hour. This is what gonna happen. The culture gonna change. I fear for that culture. Simple as that. Simple as that. And if you are Everton Football Club, if you are Leicester City, if you are West Ham, imagine the 14 clubs left in the Premier League. How would they feel? The Premier League will never generate money using that 14 clubs.
Yep.
The 14 clubs, the fan base, how big is their fan base? The 14 clubs left. The biggest fan base, I would say that these six clubs, and the six clubs,
Everton.
I don't want to, I don't want, I don't
are-
want to go into that
you are-
detail.
Good one.
Okay, but yeah, that's the thing. How they go? See, this is a total demolition of the structure.
Well, Faris has came out and said ESL's equivalent NFL.
Yes.
Well said,
Yes.
Faris.
Yeah, yeah,
Thanks for
yeah.
watching the
He's
show,
right.
mate.
He's right. He's right.
They
It is.
they already introducing microphone to mic up the refs, everything. That's the NFL already. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say that before I forget the introduction of the rules like offside rules, the VR, the introduction of VR. Like majority of us, don't like it at all because it's not successful. The offside rule. Okay, what UEFA can answer this? What FIFA gonna see? UEFA and FIFA can blame these 12 clubs, but end of the day, I would say that they paid for it. They paid for it. They took everything for granted, and I think they are facing something that they never expect would happen. And listening to Florentino Perez, his statements, and the latest statement saying that the youngsters are no more into football. The youngsters no more watching football.
No,
And
his latest statement is because his latest statement, you see, youngsters are no more watching football. The games are too long.
too
we
long. Yes.
Yes, we need
And
to shorten it up.
they're open to make it shorten. They want to shorten
Yes.
the game.
I mean, what changes as you trying to do this? And we have another quote from Perez who came out from our boy Zlatan here. Zlatan, thanks for watching the
Zlatan,
show. I would like to
Yep.
quote Perez: if players are not allowed to play World Cup, then we will create one. This
Yep.
clearly shows that it's football, blah, 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 blah.
Hooliganism, yeah.
Yeah. But this is what I just said earlier, Super World Cup.
Super World
But
Cup. Yes.
It's also coming back. For me, I would say blame it on FIFA. Let's just look at next year when the World Cup year is coming. You have African nation running in January,
Mm.
and you got World Cup at November and December.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, FIFA created FIFA Club World Cup
Yes.
Yep.
Mm.
to be played in July, June to
Correct.
July.
Correct.
And
A
with
full
24
year
teams.
of fixture.
And it's a 24 teams format.
Yes.
Yes.
And that is another madness, I tell you.
I mean, basically, FIFA just gave them the book on how to create ESL.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick, over to you. I mean, I'm sure the Liverpool fan base at the back is having a big. I mean, we can hear a lot of issues. They're not happy. So, how is it going on from your side?
On the Liverpool side, oh
Yeah.
God, I'm going through so much range of emotions right now, from shock to sadness to anguish to disappointment. And this morning, after I saw the Leeds match, and you know something, I intentionally stayed up for the Leeds match just to see Klopp's pre-match interview. That's all I wanted. And I had no mood for football. I really had. It's a top four battle. We are looking at top four, and you think about it, is this even a point left? No Champions League. We are fighting for a Champions League spot. What's the point for the guys to play anyway? You have Klopp there. You can see that look on his face. He's like, what the hell am I doing out here right now? No one has came out. The worst thing about it is none of the owners have come out to say there's no statement. It's just a copy and paste blanket statement on every website. And what's sickening, I'm so sorry, I know you're a United fan, is that Joe Glazer's statement appears on our website. They copy and paste a statement from Joe Glazer on a Liverpool website. Don't you have any balls to even, or the PR team? I bet you how much the PR team refused to write anything, right? The word is right now is that Hogan tried to call for staff meeting. It got cancelled because no one showed up, or everyone was just refusing to show up for work. Everything. I mean, I don't blame them. Look at what the fans are doing. You have, I mean, today I didn't care about the ESL. Today, you know what I care about? Not our players. You walk into a stadium and you're called scum, and it's not even your fault. It wasn't Klopp's fault. It's not Hendo's fault. It's not anyone's fault. They are just there to play a top 4 battle to be able to qualify the Champions League, but that may not even exist anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Then you
everyone is
have to,
taking on the players and the managers, but they are not to be blamed.
So you can imagine, put yourself, I mean, I was attending a forum today on sports psychology, and can you imagine, he put this in your head right now, imagine you are Klopp, you're walking through the stadium before your match start, there's ITV, BBC, Sky Sports, all of them there, and each one of them is a grenade waiting to go off. They're going to ask you the same freaking question, right? And he has to answer the same bloody thing, and he's thinking right now, where the hell is John Henry? Where is FSG now? Why am I the only guy here standing in front of my boys? And my boys are going to come out in another next 15 minutes and see t-shirts there, right? The game for the fans. And those t-shirts were put in the stadium and they are called scum before they even entered the stadium also.
Yeah.
I mean, how does that do to you? You are fighting right now. Where's the motivation to fight anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, on the Liverpool side, the fans are going right now. Actually, Redman TV is actually having live reactions from all the fan channels right now. And I think, I personally feel that for the first time in my life, I actually agree with Gavin Neville. Neville didn't put a foot wrong about anything. In fact, even Boris Johnson didn't put a foot wrong about this type of things.
But
also.
don't you feel Neville was also a bit of hypocrite? I mean, in a way,
Yeah.
he
In a way,
pumped him
yes.
onto Telford City a lot.
Yeah.
But in that context, there was nothing he mentioned. But in a way that when it doesn't benefit you, when it benefits you, you're okay with it. But it does not, you make it an issue. But I think even from the United perspective, Maguire confronted Woodward, and I understand today also Henderson also is calling up for a team captains meeting
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
with all
yes.
the captains. So the
Yeah.
issue is here now. He has taken not only the fans by surprise, the players are also surprised, and it's all just done by the owners.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it.
Victor came on and said the right one. The owners are to be blamed.
You look at the timing. You already saw that FIFA has already come out, and I agree with Vinod just now. I mean, I will agree with Puva just now when he mentioned that UEFA and FIFA they are part of the endemic problem of money, right? They already filled the financial fair play system already. FIFA has allowed money politics to come in. Qatar World Cup is one of the best examples. How many people are dying right now over there? The politics, the abuse, the migrant abuse, the migrant labor worker abuse thing. I mean, their hands as dirty as these the owners of the 12 clubs. 12 plus 3. We don't know who the other 3. Whether the 3 there now come is another big issue.
There's actually 14 right now.
14.
Yeah.
We do not know who's
Yeah.
the other.
Yeah.
New one.
So, but my
Is
point is very simple. This the found. What's the point? You see, like, look at the timing. Salah was just named Egypt national team captain just a few hours before,
exactly.
and now you have FIFA saying that anyone who plays in ESL cannot play for their national team. What does this tell to you? Salah's not having a very great season this year also. I mean, if you consider this a bad season, he's actually one of the top scorers right now, but he's having a bad season apparently. But what does that do to a player's mindset? Right, your mind's not on football anymore. Look, I didn't even want to watch the match yesterday. I only went online to watch the match, the pre-game interview only. I want to see what Klopp wanted to say about it. I'm actually happy that he said what he said. And I think he had to tread a very fine line also. He could have gone out. I think you can see in his face he's seething. Can you imagine you're already in your COVID bubble, right? In the hotel, and your boy should be mentally resting before a top 4 battle match with Leeds, a very good team by Bielsa. And you suddenly have to call for an emergency team meeting to actually have to discuss and talk about these type of things. I bet you United had to do the same thing. Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to everyone. I'm not a Liverpool fan tonight. If you ask me what's on the Liverpool side, I'm a football fan tonight, no matter what. I've always been a football fan, and this is not good for football at all.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah, I
creating
mean,
a elitist system.
correct. Talking about not good about football, Dave, I want you to take this up. I mean, okay, we have seen the three German clubs rejecting it: Dortmund, Bayern, Leipzig. But we know this is a very fan-based club. The fans owns most of it. So to avoid this, because most of the decision now is done by the owners, should it rightfully goes back to the fan, so that we don't come back to another
It
episode
is
of this.
a very good point where I actually wanted to highlight this. If you look at in Sweden, there is a 51% rule in club ownership. It means that at least
Yep.
51% of the club must be owned by its members, supporters, meaning that the clubs can't take big decisions without the backing of its members. That rule would do a lot of good in the rest of the world as well. I mean, and I'm asking this. I mean, to your question as well. The same rule is in play in Germany in some form of it, showing that it works on a larger scale than Sweden as well. The rule essentially stipulates the owner where they can't make any major decision without the supporters' approval. I mean, this thing should be implemented elsewhere in the world. And I would like to touch on what Nick and Puva actually said earlier. See, I want to take back this to 1992, where I just want to take this look into how the Premier League actually managed to break away in '92 from the original Football League by signing a lucrative TV deals. See, basically to generate more revenue. Just a few points. Looks like the history is repeating itself. I mean, in somehow. I mean, in some way, it's slightly differently. Uh, if you look at what happened in back in 1992, I can say precisely 1991. Turns out Arsenal, Everton, Liverpool, Manchester United, Spurs joined up and said, "Well, we earned and spent the most and wanted to form a elite division so they could do more the same. There was a court hearing 1991.
Yep.
Even probably I was 9 years old or 10 years old. There was a court hearing in 1991. This is what I actually read some time ago. There was a court hearing in 1991. The judge actually said, cleared all the way for the thing to split. That means the football league formed into Premier League. Sorry, it formed into FA Premier League. So the judge at that time said the formation of the new Premier League did not need a judicial review at the time, since the FA governed by private law. So you see, there was a lot of backlash against the idea, but the five clubs decided to forge ahead with it. They didn't want to have this FA backing at that time, so they started off like an offensive stuff to get them on board. So then came these TV broadcasters into this throw into a large number of money. I mean, I think everyone remembers um, Rupert Murdoch, okay, who actually threw 304, if I'm not mistaken, 305 million over a 5 year to smash all the other offers. It's huge money back then. Premier League kicked off August 1991. So the fundamental difference at that time in the new breakaway was that PL money should be shared between the teams active in that new division, as opposed to the old league where money was shared between all the football leagues in all divisions. But many said that it was a terrible idea back then, but no one actually sang it anymore. With all this glamour of ESL coming in, actually, are people actually forgetting down the line that all these happened back then. So I mean, I hope they don't. I hope they don't, and I hope the history doesn't repeat itself. But guess we will have to see what is going on, and we know that. United playing Liverpool in May. I'm not very sure it's going to kick off on the 2nd May or 1st May. I seriously hope that players, managers, okay, go onto the pitch and just walk away and show their frustration and their decisions on what is going on with this European Super League. I am in the denial side of this European Super League because where 128 years, 129 years, 130 years. Some club has like 150 years history of them. You build the legacy, the club. You had so much of honors back then until now. You just want to go against. I mean, you just want to wipe it off everything, and you want to start in scratch with this just because you're getting the hefty money. Just
Yeah.
because
If,
money.
like how
It,
Dinesh says
like
here.
I said, this is killing football. This is the dark day of football, and for me, this is not a great idea. I mean, I was talking to some people last night. They said, "Are you supporting the money or are you supporting the Liverpool?" Okay, obviously, I'm supporting Liverpool or any clubs that anyone wants to support. But at the end of the day, but do I want to sacrifice whatever history that I actually created back then? No.
I mean, like how Dinesh says it, you have money grabbing mongers, former club owners. But
Exactly.
No,
we have
I
one person
like.
waiting on the backstage,
Yeah,
an Arsenal fan.
yeah. Sashi's here.
Let's get
Yeah,
him
Arsenal
in
fan.
and get his view on it. Hi, Sashi. Thanks for accepting the.
Oh,
Hi,
Sashi.
Sashi.
How are you?
Hi guys. Hi, how do you do?
Good,
Welcome
good.
to the
So,
Walk of Shame, the
Okay,
Hall of Shame.
Yeah, today the window of shame.
it's not really the Hall of Shame. I think, okay, my view on this is that I think perhaps we should actually like stop overreacting over this because at the moment, the 12 clubs, without the 12 clubs that has signed up for this as a founding member of ESL, I don't think there is such thing called European football anymore, because these are the teams who has built in the glamour and the passion of the game for many years. So without them, you just imagine you will have Sevilla
but
versus
Sashi, I'm not.
what is that,
Sashi,
West
don't take it
Ham
too personal,
in
huh?
the Champions League final. So
Sashi, don't
who's
take
gonna
it too
watch?
personal, Sashi. I'm just going to go one another
I know
question.
already. I know already.
Are we going ESL based on those have won
What's that?
European trophies, or based on the pedigree of them being in Europe for the last 10 to 15 years? So how? I mean, in what
Yeah.
context are they defining European Super League teams?
Okay, European Super League is actually based on the, how to say, the money league lah. Whoever currently the most famous clubs, the most supported clubs in the world. So
So
basically,
then,
these 12 teams are the most glamorous team around. And don't tell me that this Champions League thing is actually not similar to ESL. Previously, when it was a European Cup, I think there were more chances for the smaller teams to win it. We had Red Star Belgrade who actually like won the old European Cup,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and we have
but
Nottingham
isn't
Forest
that
as well
what
as Aston
makes an
Villa.
European tournament
Compared to
much
now, it
more
is a
beautiful?
difficult. Sorry,
Isn't that what makes the European football beautiful? Because when you call
sorry,
it
Vinod,
an
I can't hear
European
you.
tournament, can you hear me, Sashi?
I can hear Vina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
can
can
hear.
hear you.
Sashi?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. When you European football,
Yeah,
for
but
now it
then
just
what I'm
consists
trying
of
to
three
say,
countries.
when they try to when they launch, uh-huh,
It's only consisting of three countries now.
bro, when they
And
launched,
how do you call it as European Super League?
okay, uh-huh,
You should
yeah,
have
but
the
these are the
leagues of the champions
founding
from the other
members.
nations inside.
Same goes to Champions League as well, bro, because
Oh, carry on,
Yes,
carry on.
exactly. But when the
Yeah.
Champions League was formed, it was formed on the same basis. At the moment, right now, how many teams were actually having four slots or three in compared to Holland? In compared to Holland, not having an automatic qualification slot for the Champions League. And even the new plan does not include them on the 36 team formats to earn up automatic places for participation in Europe. But they are not the so-called heavyweight leagues. I mean, they are not the big one who actually sign up for the SD European elites. And the current Champions League format as well. How many new winners do you have? Except for Chelsea, all the winners that Champions League produces since the first year of inception are from the previous glamour clubs. And even the current year, I think Real Madrid and Chelsea stand more chances to win rather than Man City or PSG.
Hmm.
So we
Okay.
have to think why this plan is actually like being initiated by these 12 clubs in the first place. Because there has
Okay.
been corruption, there has been some screwed up by UEFA itself. And this
Alright.
European Super League idea is not new. It has been there since the year 2001. I
Okay,
think they've been
Sashi.
Okay,
There's a
but
they
question
Sashi,
have
here
been
from
Sashi,
Khalid.
discussing
Sashi,
this
Do
for
but
a
you
very
support
long
I,
time.
ESL?
And
no, no, no.
from what I heard, from what I read, they are not trying to they're not trying to go break away from a league from the current
I think we lost Sashi there.
Champions League tournament
He's back.
on top of a Champions.
He's lagging.
Hello.
Yeah, your line is lagging, Sashi.
Okay. Do you support ESL? In a way, I still want to see what are the further developments of this with this tournament, and I would like to see how would clubs negotiate with UEFA and also FIFA to come up with a solution.
Sashi, but come. I mean, I'm going to throw this question again, so to you
Because
too.
changes won't
Do you
happen
feel
until someone initiate it.
okay?
So at the
Do you think
moment,
this club?
UEFA will be the at the
I think we are losing Sashi here, so I'm going to throw this question to Pua or Nick. Do
Mhm.
you think the found? I mean, ESL benefits the clubs such as Arsenal, Spurs, or even Manchester United for now, for those of us who can't make it to Champions League year in, year out. Because ESL seems to be a very easy way out for those clubs to just qualify and with just, I mean, mind blowing, I do not know what to put it, rule that they can't get relegated from it.
Hmm.
Is it
I'll
just
go
an
first,
easy way out
Apua.
of this?
I I don't
at
know.
the moment.
I don't want to comment on Arsenal. I don't want to comment on Spurs. On whether they can get regular Champions League spot. Now, first and foremost, I do agree with Sashi about the unfairness, the inconsistent formats over the years. There's been so many ups and downs and everything. Yes, as we mentioned before, UEFA and FIFA are to blame for a lot of things. So you reap what you sow, lah, basically. But the fact of the matter is very simple, all right? Who decides? Who decides pedigree? Right? If you want to look at pedigree, Sashi mentioned Nottingham Forest just now. They got more European cups than a lot of the other teams that's inside the Super League right now. Right? Spurs haven't won it before. No offense to Spurs fans. I got lots of really wonderful, lovable first Spurs family friends. And I want where's your European pedigree?
I mean, we have
Who
a comment here
decides
from
European
Jay.
pedigree?
Ajax has a larger
Yeah.
European legacy than
Yeah.
most of the tough teams that
J
committed
one
to
three
ESL.
nine J fantastic. Ajax has a bigger Johan Cruyff time. I mean, look at those years. Where's the, like, who decides these things in the end of the day? In the end of the day, you're a corporation. And when I mean, you call me a socialist, call me a whatever. But in the end of the day, this is not doing football in terms of a sport. You're running it like a business. Yes,
Yeah,
I do agree also. money is important. You need the revenue, you need the sponsorship. This is not some utopian world where everything is for free and everything. People want to make money, that's fine. People buy clubs because they want to
Marketing.
make money in China, right? But we have to remember this is a sport. There must be fair play. I'm the director of the National Olympic Academy. I'm not afraid to say this right now. In the Olympic Charter, it states that sports for all, irregardless of income, stature, race, religion, nationality, anything. Play and sports is accessible for all. And I applied here because it's an Olympic Charter. Right? It should not only be for elite few. Why are you trying to tell the world that only 12 teams deserve to do it? I like what Klopp said yesterday in his pre-match interview. I like the fact that
Yeah.
West Ham can fight for top four spot. I don't like it because I also want that top four spot. That's where rivalry is.
So why can't
You
we also
build,
consider West Ham to be an elite?
yeah. Why not? Aston Villa has
European,
more than any pedigree also.
yes.
I don't get it.
I
Who
mean, there's
decides?
another interesting comment here from Victor. Victor, thanks for watching. For all
Yeah.
that we know, Perez might be a driving force in inviting other 11 clubs in it. Look how much a million of debts Real Madrid and Barcelona are in. So confirm these two sign up for it. Could
I
a
don't
debt?
think so because the Glazers and I'm sorry lah, I have to we have to play the guilty card here. FSG and the Glazers have been playing this for years already. We saw this coming already. Wenger talked about it years ago already.
Yep.
Right? He saw this coming and then it was coming already. We are as guilty as charged lah. I as a Liverpool fan, I stand up there and say that we screwed up lah. Our owners screwed up. This had this in plans for a long time. It's just the timing of it only. Just now someone mentioned there was if the timing, the announcement for the ESL
Yeah,
happened
that's from
when the
Anwali.
league concluded. Yeah, I don't think it's palatable anyway. This is things of elitism. Sports brings people together. When you tell people that only 12 teams deserve it and they get to stay in the, it's like basically saying this is mean girls. This is a school bully club, right? I get to stay in here and I can't get out, right? And I'm in there because of the money. I want the fact that Leicester can fight for it. I want the fact that West Brom can fight for it as well. Right? I hope to see Sunderland come back one day from League Two and all the way up there and also try to fight something. But that's sport, that's competition. That's the whole idea behind
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
That the fact that Bielsa said the fact that a small team can beat United, can beat Arsenal, can beat anyone with the money bags also. Right? To put two past De Gea, to put two past Edison, to put two past Allison. That's sports.
Yeah.
That's the unpredictability of competition.
Because I mean, the way even
That-
like
that-
just now Sachi said that we have been having past same winners at Champions League. Yes, they might be winning the trophies, but you can see there have been dark horses running all the way to the semi-finals, to the
Yeah.
quarterfinals. That makes the game so beautiful. I mean, Faris has said it well here. I mean, dollars went to Champions League, but sentiment values of the beautiful game is still there.
Mhm.
But with ESL, we might not see that because it's just going to be the same team fighting week in and week out. And
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. There's so many things wrong with this ESL. It's obvious, but sticking, sticking purely to numbers, it doesn't even stack up. And the six Premier League clubs who embarrass themselves right now, so cringingly with the statements. They should ask. They should ask a Glazer to explain the back of the statement that he actually gave. See see who comes up with this fabled 3.5 billion pile of cash. See, divided to these all these 15 cartel clubs.
was it also
But
being played by the media or the TV rights? Because one, it amuses why the announcement was done now, or was it purposely done? There was some MOU or something signed at the back before Champions League kicks in, or UEFA comes inside, or FIFA comes inside, so they were forced to announce it.
no,
Because the timing just doesn't seem right. Why do it now?
yeah, yes, you can see. So that's what ESL is. Where is the broadcaster or collective broadcasters who will actually commit to perhaps let's put it 10 billion or 12 billion initial 3-year contracts to show your product that might well be massively boycotted. So that's one hell of a gamble. So see, anyone has answer for that? No. Even if the six Premier League club in PL when the ESL starts, you see the value of Premier League will be even more damaged. It's like destroyed, uh, just just due to the lack of jeopardy. But so what is this Premier League clubs will need is actually even more money from this ESL. Currently zero flashed, nothing is there guaranteed. So they do they actually exist, or they're gonna keep you, they're gonna keep you in the dark. So these are the questions that I actually have when it comes to all this broadcasting stuff, and also what are they going to do with the money. So I seriously don't understand where it's going to end, and like what Nick said, everyone seems to be copying the same statements and putting up on their websites and stuff. So what is all this? Is this just a drama? Is this just a drama, or when it's going to unfold?
But I like to say that Sashi has a good point about let's wait and see where this goes.
Exactly,
It's
exactly,
it's just
exactly.
been a day only. It's just been what 72 hours, right?
But Nick, if you look at the reactions is not from last night.
Yeah,
The
correct.
reactions has been there for years.
Yeah.
And why do you have no what I don't understand is, like I said earlier,
Yes, correct.
why do you have to do at this hour when the leagues, almost all the elite leagues in Europe is actually in the crucial stage of
You
crucial stage
see,
of
all this
time.
overreaction is because
Yes, Ashi.
Because
Because now, what I'm trying to say, what see, you don't have to come up with this. You can actually put this up when the season is ended, or you even
okay,
when
because
the
the thing is,
Sashi, your network is bad.
very bad.
That is how bad ESL is.
Yep, that is how that's how bad
Oh,
the
very bad
ESL is.
is my
analogy.
line
Come
bad
on,
or is his
Vinod.
line
No,
bad?
no, like, oh, Vinod.
Bro, bro, this is the end
Yeah,
of the
go ahead, go
season, by
ahead.
the way. And
No,
you know what? You know what? This media and also UEFA is overreacting because they want to monopolize over everything. They didn't. They never said that they are going to replace Champions League. They only said that this tournament is going to be on top of like an additional tournament. Come on, we live in a world that we have European Championship, as well as the World Cup, as well as now you have the Nations League. Who is benefiting from Nations League, by the way?
But
I
there's
think
a
it's going to be similar
contradicting
like Nations
no
League.
there's a contradicting statements elsewhere saying that they are not allowed to compete in Premier League anymore. You'll be stripped off. Whatever things that you actually won is stripped off. So if it's a additional
Who is
competition,
making the rule? That is, yes, the original plan from the clubs. They want to play in all these competitions like Premier League, Champions League, as well as the domestic tournaments, and also compete in the ESL. So in order to do that, what they need to have is a bigger squad, which means right now you might have a registered play of 25 per season, plus minus with all the youth players. In future, you might have to register a squad with higher numbers. Let me say about 40. I think Chelsea had experience in this. Chelsea had about 50 over players, and they sent half of their players on loan. So instead of standing on loan, they have a bigger squad to play right now to face this kind of competitions. And it's going to be like additional 10 matches. That's what they're saying. But the reaction coming out from Premier League, La Liga, the Serie A, as well as the UEFA, they are trying to ban the entire idea altogether. These leagues
I
park under UEFA. So they have to respond according to what UEFA says. What they are trying to do is to have a monopoly of the tournament.
Okay. I mean, agree. I mean, coming from UEFA
But how
perspective,
come there
I
is no
agree very
objections
much.
for
I
additional
mean, it's the
tournament
same
on
way.
top of the tournament that already existed?
There has been objections on additional tournaments
Yeah.
anyway. I think Klopp has brought it up before. I think a lot. Ole has brought it up before also. Right?
Yeah,
In
yeah,
fact, I
yeah.
think Wenger's brought it up before also. You're looking at play. Okay, you see,
No, no, I
at
didn't
the
say
end of the day,
anything.
as a former national athlete myself, you worry more about the physiology and psychology of the players. How many matches can you play in one season? You have to think about the pressure of
Nick,
playing is what you have to
I get
think.
the idea now. I get the idea
Yeah,
now.
Guys,
See,
but wait, pause. We have someone at the
UEFA,
backstage that I need to bring in.
yeah.
okay.
Okay. We have
Yo,
Abang
Oh,
Jay
It
also
nice.
is.
inside.
What's up, brothers? How are you guys doing?
it's heating up,
And
bro.
nice
It's heating
headphones.
up.
Hey,
It's
thanks.
heating up. We know. Sorry, Nick. I get the idea
Hey, no,
now.
no, no.
See, they had this Champions League. They had this Europa League. Okay, they wanted to bring in a thing called UEFA Europa Conference League, where
Yes.
you can have all these teams placed in below seventh to play in the league. So now I get the idea why these things are actually formed.
No, but end of the day, for me, like ESL, I would say, okay, it goes back to money, correct? Because you're getting more income and everything. But it also goes back straight away, for me, goes back to the UEFA. For example, you say the number of teams that qualifies to Champions League for now, 4 or 3 slots. If you ask me, it should not be the 4 or 3 slot. It should be only the league winners qualifies to Champions League. And the cup tournaments given prioritization. So
But
it's not about just
how
winning
many
the league.
European nations are there?
I
Can you
mean, you can
compromise?
choose. You can because okay, you can have the best of 32.
I think
So
there's more than 30, right? There's more than
there's
30,
more
right?
than 30.
Yeah,
So
that's fine. That's fine.
you can do that. But now if
Yep.
not, so when it you bring in, I mean, it's like how you have
40,
given them
40
the rate.
over, 40 over, almost 50.
Yeah, you can't compromise 50 over in the league, of
Yeah.
course.
Tapi 30 plus, you can do it. So end of the day, it's like they are just digging they started it off. I mean, and we have another comment here on by Jay, who is mentioned to say that even racism was not fought by UEFA this strongly. They didn't come out and oppose this hard, but it was involving cash and dollar. They have came out, and even for Boris Johnson to come out and give a statement that Premier League clubs will not be, they will not
Because
be
it
able to play in the league.
involved clear income.
We wonder why, right? We
Because it
wonder
involved
why,
clear
right?
Yeah.
income.
Hmm.
No, I think even Patrick Bamford mentioned this last night.
I mean, the amount of money you lose from having the six top clubs exit from your league, the amount of tax revenue from broadcasting rights alone already, the government stand to lose a lot. That's why Boris Johnson is chiming in. Right? He has to say something. It's
He got a
political
point. He
already.
got the point.
The amount of money
Yep.
that they tax the broadcasters from ITV all the way to Sky, all the way down to
Yep.
BN.
Yeah,
BT, whatever, whoever it
He
is.
has to say
Yep.
something.
not just broadcasting, all the contracts and everything.
I mean, but yeah, top teams can be changed over time. Example, Nottingham Forest was a great team before. Aston Villa was. So down the years, we might see the likes of West Ham maybe coming back. But since we have Abang Din inside, I want to hear his point of view.
I mean,
What's your say?
I personally like this whole,
Sir,
ESL idea. The idea looks grand. You know why? Let's be honest. UEFA and FIFA has been corrupt all over for the last decade. You know, Blatter and Platini and everybody. So I feel the clubs feel undone by the whole cash financial distribution, TV rights, or maybe winning prize money and all these things. Okay, so I believe he has taken his toll. And at the point here now where we're having the European Super League, nothing is clear right now whether the teams are going to be exiting their domestic leagues permanently, or is it going to be a rule of thumb, or is it just a replacement of the Champions League? Because I think his theories are plenty. theories are plenty, you know. But the amazing thing here is we have 12 teams, and then we have characteristic teams like Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Leipzig. I mean, this is what I respect. For them, money is nothing much. The pride, the country, the domestic league. See, so now you have a rubbish club like United, Arsenal, Liverpool, who just wants their coffers to be full. And then you have characteristic club who have spines like Leipzig, Dortmund, Munich, who for them the pride of the country,
Brother,
the
let me tell you
domestic league.
something.
Yeah, waiting.
Clubs like PSG and also Bayern got nothing
Hmm.
to worry about, bro. They dominate everything. They sapu
Yeah,
up
correct.
everything from the domestic league.
Correct. But you come
And they are
to
the
Europe
winners.
also.
If these
No,
12 teams work out.
that's why I find it hard to be digesting, because you see, if you say that's the case, then I think Bayern Munich got owned by PSG, so they're not much of a domination. All right, if they come in or they don't come in, it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make a difference, because But the funny part
yeah,
here is what I'm telling
yeah,
is it's not about the clubs, it's not about the players, not about the managers. It's the hierarchy, the top of the food chain. Those guys
Yep.
want to make fast bucks. Okay. Now, what's going to happen here is the long term run when the ESL kicks in, if it kicks in, which I hope not, players' value will be double, maybe even triple. You look at the prize
Yep.
money. I'm earning 500
Yep.
million, $1 billion. A handicapped Neymar can be just 500 million. I mean, he's already handicapped right now, and he's already 200 million. That's what's happening to football. Okay, so the likes of Anthony Martial, a rubbish on the
Bande,
field, can be just be
this I
150
agree.
million.
that's so harsh on Neymar on his
No, no,
No,
country.
guys,
Hey,
guys, guys, guys.
That's so
no,
harsh
no.
on Neymar.
Guys,
Correct. Poor,
no,
poor.
Yeah.
quick interruption. Right.
Yeah.
The latest news coming out. Pep has criticized it already. Pep has broke his silence. Pep Guardiola.
Wow.
Pep says that it's not sport if you can't lose. What's his view about it? No, I don't believe that it's. I'm not going to talk to my players about it. It's just a statement. We want to earn the Champions League next week, all right? We deserve it because we won it on the pitch. We don't want to earn it because we are a rich team or whatever. We want to play on the pitch. I think so. That's a quick one, right? Pep has already came out to say that he's not for it.
Yeah. I mean,
And Nick and also PSG came out and said that Mbappe is not going anywhere. They're not selling him. Bayern is not joining the Super League as well.
I mean, you look at the spine of the coaches. Klopp has came out and said his point. Even Pep has came out now and said. But Thomas Tuchel surprises me, staying on the playing it
He's
very
treading a
safe.
fine line. He's new.
Yeah, playing it
That's
very
why.
safe.
actually,
He's an unproven
the
manager.
funny part
But
here is like
another person amazes me so much is an baby assassin who decides not to be an assassin with his words. Very quiet. We are still waiting to hear from him. Bang
But
Din.
apparently the comment was, I heard Maguire actually there was a confrontation with Woodward.
Yes.
The players, because okay, this news broke up at halftime during MU and Burnley. I believe at halftime it broke up, and after the whole match, Woodward was not there. Nobody from the hierarchy was there. It was only Ole, and I believe he had to evade this question because again, nothing is transparent. Nothing is transparent. It's all done on the top level. So for me now, it doesn't matter what the manager says or what the player says. If you ask me, the most important person is the fans. Okay, come end of the season, if the 10,000 fans are allowed to go back to the stadium, people in UK, please have a spine. Just don't go. Show them that the fan power is what we need.
Yeah, exactly.
Give them a
Exactly.
deserted stadium. Don't buy the merchandise. Don't do stadium tours. Do not go back post-pandemic and make everything feel good factor. Do not give that to the club. Okay? The moment you don't give that to the club, that's when the club thinks that they just can't run anymore. They need the fans. You know who the hell the club thinks they are. Okay, the Glazers. Those bastards does not know anything about football. Okay, they don't know anything about football. The only thing they know is make money. American football. This is British football. 4 billion people watch worldwide. This is real football, and you don't know anything. The last you went to the stadium and watched United play 2 seasons ago against Barcelona at the Champions League. 2 seasons ago, the Glazers went. Okay, and what do they know about the club? So I'm talking about my club first. I'm not going to come to other clubs. My own club sucks. Okay, that's the whole problem here. So if you ask me, the ESL should not go, but UEFA needs to be put in place. So I think Perez is doing a good job in putting them in place where they have to come to terms with. They got to audit themselves
Okay.
properly. They have to audit
Dean,
themselves. Okay.
just to add a point, Dean, about you talking
Yeah.
about Glazers. I
Yeah.
think 2 months back, United earned a huge amount. I think a couple 150 million worth of dividend from the shares and everything. None of that money was pumped back into your squad.
It
And
was
Yeah.
paid
your
back then.
your and Old Trafford, your theatre of dreams is overdue for overhaul already. Seats are
Yeah.
coming apart and everything.
The
All right.
paint job
And
is
I mean,
bad.
come on, that's the thing. The
Yeah.
owners
Paint
don't
job.
care.
No, because I think for them, Nick, it's more like they want to just secure their interests. Okay, the club, if any club, is a cash cow. Clubs are cash cows. Okay, and then of course you have people like telling Man City is in the elite group right now. Okay, I think somebody earlier said that it's always monopolized by a certain club and all that. Okay, let me tell you that the beauty of the Champions League is that if you're good, you will always be good. If you're not taking it seriously, you're just out. That's how Madrid won it 3 times, and then next thing you know, the next season they fumbled it in the quarterfinals or something like that. It's just not Madrid's day every day. So it's fun. That Champions League is fun, but UEFA have to make a stand. UEFA have to be transparent and be honest. They are actually cheating the clubs big time. I personally feel like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, good point on that, Dinesh. I mean, even Ravinesh has came out and said, "Good point, Bang Dane. Thanks for watching the show, mate." And let's run through some comments here. We've been having some of them coming out with amazing one. Victor, I mean, we've covered this earlier. Could be interesting if these 12 teams are kicked out each from their domestic leagues, giving other teams a chance to see what the rest can do. Oh, do you think should they just make it hard, kick these teams
I
out?
think there was a Twitter post about if let's say they remove Atletico, Real, and Barcelona, Sevilla
It's
would take the league already, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And then Betis has came out and said they'll be qualifying the Champions League, right?
Yeah.
Bruno
However,
Finally, we
Fernandes.
can see. Finally, we can see West Ham in Champions League.
oh, that is
Everton also, is it?
Oh
Everton.
my God!
I mean, we have a comment here from Jay. Why is Barca and
Everybody still
Madrid
online?
considered in ESL, La Liga Tier 2 League in 2021?
Oh, that's mean. Jay, you don't mean words, man, Jay.
La Liga.
I mean, it's like the only way ESL would work, I guess, it has to have a proper way how you qualify teams into there instead of these founding members or doesn't. Because simple, let's say if this goes through,
But we know
the
the
two
question
teams
is
become
why
founding
why
members.
why an additional hassle? Why an additional travel? Why an additional COVID test, swab test? Why?
The
There's
owners
a lot of
doesn't
why.
the
There's a lot
owners
of whys
doesn't care
there.
about the where doesn't care about the well-being of the players. End of the day, it's just about money in the pocket.
Yeah, totally.
Foot Footy Guru, anything from your side? You've been quiet.
Yeah. Puvas been
He's
surprisingly very
observing.
quiet.
Padi, mute,
You're on
mute.
mute.
Uh,
You've been
I have covered it earlier, so I was just listening to all of you. Uh, no, I want to say that I got it when what Sashi earlier tried to say. Like he's trying to say that the evolution in football, it's been happening for some time. Like I earlier said, the old European Cup and then Champions League came in. When it comes to domestic, the old Division One and then came the Premier League. It's all about money. It's a rebranding. Okay, the Champions League at earlier stages only about winners from each country,
Yeah.
and then they
Yep.
bring up the 2 slots, 3 slots, and then I think it used to be 3 slots in England, and then they add up one. So the evolution it's been there, but this project would kill football. That's my point. And Sashi's point here is that he's welcoming it. I'm okay with that. Like, see, we can't say that. I would say that this ESL project worldwide, I would say that 85 or 90% against it, but there are still 10% okay with that. They welcome that plan.
okay.
Like
What
this
I
is an
feel those
entirely
that is
different
welcome
tournament.
with the plan would be, for example, those of us that we are in Malaysia or away from Britain who does not support the lower league clubs. Yes,
Yeah.
maybe those fans would be happy with it because I see United, for example, playing against Real Madrid, Barcelona week in and week out. Maybe
Mhm.
that gives the excitement
Would
for a
you
year.
enjoy it week in week
That's
out?
what I said. No, you will not. I mean, for a year, maybe for 6 months, it's fun. But after a while, you'll be thinking, what's the thrill with this?
Yes,
There's
there
nothing
is no
much more.
fun.
Yeah.
That's the point here. There's no fun in this. Simple as that. You can't be like what Jurgen Klopp said in 2019. What you expect actually? You expect to play Real Madrid for
Yeah,
10
10
years in
years
a
in
row?
a row.
For 10
Yeah.
years in a row? That's not fun there. You there is no drama there. There is no fun there. End of the day, like what we all said, I agree with that. Like there is no, they don't care about the well-being of players. They don't care about fans. Simple as that. It's
No,
all
I
about
think
more games and more money. Simple as that.
no, the
Okay.
repetition of matches will be you don't appreciate the
Yes.
sentiments of the matches,
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So you
Like
won't appreciate.
like we are why FA Cup was so famous and people always looking forward to FA Cup because the smaller teams, the lower ranked teams in the lower divisions would love to play the big guns. First thing is the revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing is they would love to see all these top world class players to travel and play in their ground.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the drama and romance of that FA Cup used to be. Now no more, but it used to be. But that's what you're gonna lose moving forward. I think it's not about Super League. Okay, when was the last time you all actually enjoyed a World Cup, a proper World Cup? I would say that myself
98,
enjoyed the last
2002.
was 2002.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
98
Yep,
Two,
yep,
yeah.
2002
same,
was the
same.
last proper tournament.
Yep.
Okay, I would say that this is why I equally blame FIFA and also UEFA. Like whatever they have done for the past a decade or 2 decades, like people give more importance for the club competition. Enough said. Nobody looking forward for international break, international friendlies. Even how many of the football fans, the so-called football fans, actually watch the World Cup qualifiers, Euro qualifiers? They're only looking forward to the tournament only. When it comes to the tournament, they watch most of them. Simple as that. Copa America used to be like so like on par with Euro, but no, now no more. People, I think the viewership for Copa America has
Has
gone
dropped.
down massively. Has gone down massively. Like I remember in 90s and early 2000s. I mean before 2000, I believe that people would love to watch Copa
Copa
America,
America.
like early morning, regardless the time. But this is why I would say that the club football has killed it totally. And UEFA responsible for that, FIFA responsible for that. And as I covered earlier, that the controversy behind the 2006 2010 World Cup rights between Germany and South America, we all know how much corruption has happened during that time. Sub Bledler responsible for that, and then Platini. I think they're all paying for it right now. I would say that UEFA don't have any rights to call these 12 clubs are snakes. I think these
Yep.
12 clubs, end of the day, and not only these 12 clubs, I think literally everyone has suffered in a way, in a way. Regardless, we can say that Liverpool has won 2 Champions League. End of the day, we have qualified to 4 finals. Real Madrid don't have to say their pedigree. The Juventus, despite not winning much, but they have been to finals most time without winning it. All these, they have all these pedigrees. Okay, from fan point of view, like Arsenal fans, like Sashi, he would love to take part in ESL. Okay, he would love to see the league position of Arsenal. They are ninth or 10th. Spurs are like 7 or 8. I'm not so sure. See, Liverpool are equally in a bad shape as well. We are sixth. We are sixth or fifth, sixth. But we earned our right. See, the one thing that I don't get it is all these new owners, these American owners, these Russian owners, Arab owners, they actually carried the legacy we have built. Okay, out of the 19 league titles, only one league title won by Liverpool under FSG.
Mm.
Yep.
How many league titles won by United under the Glazers? It's a big question. Like, okay, just I thought this is why I totally agree with Gary Neville that day. I'm equally disgusted with that. He actually take on these two clubs only, United and Liverpool. in general, because these two clubs actually represented England all this while. We are the
Yeah.
two biggest English football clubs, two most famous English football clubs, two most successful English football clubs. All this
Mm.
success, how we earned it? The Busby Babes, the Shanks, the
Yep.
Paisleys, the Fergie era. Okay, we never bought success.
It's comment from
Yeah.
We never
Faris.
bought
Created by
success.
Shang, destroyed by Yang.
Yes, yes. So that's the one thing that I feel disgusted. Like, in what basis you actually created this Super League? Like Sashi said earlier, that it's based on the money, the that how glamour you are right now. He said that these clubs are more glamorous now, most fan bases. So they are earned their merit, and then they are in the bracket now to compete in the competition. Okay, but all this glamour and the all this success fan base, how they earned it in the past. Okay, let's say we Liverpool fans. Okay, Nick is here, Dave is here. Okay, in my lifetime, I never seen Liverpool one much, two Champions League, one league
Yeah.
title, couple of league cups and FA Cup. That's all. But in total, we have won more than 40, 44, 45 major trophies. Majority of it came in 70s, 80s, under
Mm.
Paisley, under Shankly, under Ulia, under even Souness has won FA Cup. So we relied on our past glories to actually support this football club. Okay, now this money grabbing bastard, like what Bangdin said earlier, they relied on that. They know that they took it for granted. End of the day, we can argue for hours in this platform. End of the day, if let's say the Super League has been formed, we all would love, I mean, we all would sit and watch those games, because the owners know that end of the day, no matter fans support or they against this idea, they know that they will definitely watch, because we love our club in it, our club participating in the Super League. Okay, once the participation is in, once it's everything is official, we would all of us all of us don't say no, we all would be supporting our team in that competition.
Yeah.
But I'm the one thing that I'm against it. This is purely 100% American culture. This is American culture of sport. The Eastern Conference, the Western Conference, 10 teams here, 10 teams here. This is what happening there in NFL and NBA over the years.
So now ESL started. Would we see WSL soon next year? Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
JDT
The plan
Nations.
is on. The plan is on. I mean,
What's going to
it's
stop another consortium of other clubs to break
Yes,
away to form another?
correct.
This won't end.
I mean, we have a very
Unregulated.
good question here from Jay. Let's take it out.
Yeah.
So the recaption of these greedy clubs need to be thought through. It has to be a joint effort between domestic leagues, UEFA, and FIFA. So what do you guys think that we need to do? I mean, for example, say domestic football associations does not have the leverage at the moment. TV companies will pull out lots of money from the current league deals if these greedy clubs gets kicked out. So the FAs are also affected, but yeah, we know FIFA and UEFA were the one who started it off, but they need to make an action because if they don't do something, you might have the likes of Everton, Leicester, West Ham forming another league of their own. Then it
Yeah.
goes anywhere.
Exactly.
There was
But
a talk, like you want to go back into history, Dave. What Dave mentioned before, there was talk before of doing some kind of like within the same country itself, you split into regions of where. So up north will be the Uniteds, the Leeds, Liverpool up there. Then all the way down south you got the Wales. Then central you got Fulham,
Yep.
Spurs,
yeah,
Yep.
London
Yep.
all
Blitz.
these places.
Yep.
What's going to stop these people from breaking away? Okay, look, we are all on the east side. On this side, why not Newcastle, Sunderland, a
Yeah.
couple of
The
us form
Merseysiders will
another?
create a league of their own with Tranmere, with
yeah,
Burnley and stuff.
Tranmere.
So
No, but
no one is there to stop all these people from forming so much of type of leagues.
no, but personally, I feel the whole blame here lies on the domestic FAs. All these years, the domestic FAs, the governing body, which is FIFA and UEFA, the blame lies on them. This is a repercussion of their misdeeds all these decades.
All this
You
decade,
know,
yes.
all these decades, because
Correct.
UEFA especially, Platini and Blatter got caught red-handed. Correct me if I'm wrong. Caught
Mm.
red-handed. The Qatar World Cup, with that much objection, they still carried on the Qatar World Cup. With so much objection worldwide. So that means for them, they have their own agenda. Corruption was part of that. Human rights was not met. Complacency, and yet they carried on with the World Cup. So that means the governing body thought they were immovable. They couldn't be questioned. They couldn't be put in place. So for me, this whole ESL concept is a good thing. It's a good thing to get these clubs back on track. The clubs are going to put back the governing body on track.
I
And
feel
the thing, yeah,
it's a matter of
So,
a good
Dinesh,
intention, maybe taken a bit too far down the
no,
long
but
road
but
in
but
terms of
but
the
Nick,
money.
yeah,
no, Nick. But the thing is, okay, the money, the dollar signs looks big. I don't deny that.
Mm.
But again, this is a story out of the oven for the last 48 hours. Nothing big,
No,
nothing big. It's still new. It's like a new story on the block. It is the talk of town. I agree. But let me tell you, if you want to make a change at the highest position, you got to go out all guns blazing. You got to be hard, because you want to ensure that this change actually lasts for decades to come.
yeah, I
So
mean, I agree with you on that. I've never said that it's a good. I agree that this ESL will shake up FIFA.
mhm.
It will shake up UEFA. You will shake up the domestic league. I mean, look, think about it. The English FA is going to lose six of their biggest money-making teams. The Premier League will lose all that brand value. What's the brand value then? Right? It's a big slap in the face. It's a big kick in the butt. Right.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
agree with this. The ESL, in a way, I think the only shining beacon behind this whole ESL thing is that it's given the whole football world a big shove in the back. Hey, it's time to wake up, lah. The whole structure is not fair. The structure hasn't been fair for many years, for many generations. All right. If you look at the way FIFA distributes the money to all that, also, it's not fair. Also, it's never been
yeah, yeah,
fair.
yeah. Yeah.
All
You see,
right. It's and yeah,
for me, I
I
feel
agree
the
with you.
kingpin. Well, for me, the kingpin of this whole ESL idea is not Perez. For me, I feel the kingpin is United, Liverpool, and Arsenal, because they have owners who are American based. And you know what's happening in
Franchise.
America? Franchise. They are franchise. They
Yeah.
like to always, you see, in the US, I think within NFL they have an elite league for all the top clubs within the NFL
Mm.
also.
Mm.
Yep.
That's their mindset. So Florentino Perez is more like a spokesman to the idea of the Americans to take over the world football. I mean, the European football. It's a very simple idea. It's the American influence. They're trying to bring it to the European football. It's simple as that. But Florentino Perez, on the other hand, is a terror by himself. You have seen what you've done for Madrid. With a pandemic situation, they can still spend that much of money and do up the Bernabeu. I mean, I gotta respect the man for that, man. The guy has guts to do things. So this is the right man to put UEFA and FIFA back on track. Personally, I feel that.
okay. So, we have a question from Jay. How should we react? What do you all think?
No, it all goes back, I think, to the country themselves. You see, as football fans, we can start a petition, we can get signatures online and all that. But now the fans, you see, I respect the Liverpool fans. They went to Anfield yesterday and took out all the banners.
Yep,
But
yep, yep.
isn't
No,
that is they took out the banners,
mhm.
but that has nothing. But it does demotivate the players. What end of the day it affects the players.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, the players are also a victim of the situation. They are not in any way. You see, as a player right now, okay, I just say I'm a United player right now. I would like to play in the Euros. Next year is the World Cup. There's two back-to-back big tournaments. I would like to play. All right, and then parents come and tell you, if you can't play for the World Cup, I'll create a new World Cup for you. See again, where is the sanctity of the tournament? Okay, so for
Mm.
me, I think the players can't do much talking because they're on a payroll. Okay, and let me tell you what, a star player who leaves the club right now, they might not have any buyers or suitors for them. Okay, so the fans have to do it. All right, the fans have to come back to the stadium. What Liverpool fans did yesterday was commendable, but I admire them. They went there, they took all the banners, and they said the Shanks is undone by the Yanks. That's a very, very important statement. The pride of the club. United and Liverpool, like what Kova said, the two biggest club in England. Okay, if the fans don't do something, there won't be any agency. Tottenham, City, Arsenal, Chelsea, yeah, they have a supporter base. I don't deny it. But United, Liverpool, they make and break. If you take United, Liverpool out of the league, then this league might not be the league it used to be because we run the yard. All right. So when I see Liverpool fans doing that right now, I hope the United fans do something at Old Trafford. Just do something. Go back inside Trafford, go to the Ferguson stand, take out everything. Let the stadium be a desert. Let it be a rotting desert.
I mean,
Like
yeah,
how?
Dinesh, talking about that, there's also already a news on removing the flags from Old Trafford also.
Oh, perfect. You see, that's the thing. If you don't do it now, come weekend when we play our next league game, it'll be just a feel good factor again. But when you enter Old Trafford and you see a bare stadium, now that's the fun. That's the fun because you don't have fans. At least you had your presence in terms of banners. Now you don't have that shit also. So what are we going to play with? Nothing. You're going to play in a neutral ground. It's like you're playing another league game, maybe at the San Siro, where you got no emotions, you don't have a feel around you. You must give the players, you must give the club that environment. But
We have
okay,
one
wait, you
year
see,
until my escrow
see,
account June. So many
That's a
satisfaction.
good one.
Kabinesh, are you cancelling it because you feel it's too expensive? You're going to TV box? I assume you have a hidden agenda there.
No, I think
Or
the Ultra
because
Box got problem.
Astro keeps repeating program every time. That's what is the thing.
no, but the thing
No,
is,
no.
as fans, we have to make a stand, because
Yes, I agree with it.
you see merchandise. Okay, let me tell you, do not buy any merchandise. The club jerseys are coming soon. The next
Bro,
season,
bro,
don't buy
don't,
anything.
don't do
Don't buy.
that.
No, seriously, don't just
Yeah,
Put
cripple
yeah.
them
the
in the
club.
wallet.
Yep,
Because
yep,
why?
yep,
Cripple the
yep,
club. Do not go
yep.
back because there is talks going on where UK wants to open back the stadiums to 10,000 people by end of the season. There is a rumor going on. Okay, do not go back. Do not go back. Do not buy any merchandise. Do not support the club in any way. You know why? The
Do
club is
not
not
renew
dying.
membership.
Do not
Do
renew
not renew the
membership.
membership.
If you
No,
can,
I also heard
cancel the
that
membership.
Man City lost hundreds of
No,
membership
you see
members.
that is the thing. Because why? You can. Nobody is asking you to go out
Okay, then
there.
I can do a quick commercial break here. If those are not supporting and renewing membership for the European clubs, those in Malaysia go back to your stadiums, watch your
Yeah,
local
please.
team, support your
Yeah,
local team,
You know.
get
You know
back
yeah,
what?
local
yeah.
industry back
No,
up. Please
you
shout
know.
out to all. Do it now.
Vinod has a point. Vinod has a point because why? Let me tell you, we have given English football from Asia, America, Africa, you name all the continents, have given
Yep,
European
yep,
football
yep. Yes,
every
yes.
single pampering to be done. All right. Now, as a fans, take it out. Take it out. Do not just ignore the club. Okay. Nobody's asking you to desert the club. Ignore the club.
Who is what here?
Yeah. Ignore the club, and I believe things will get better.
Why do we?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Somebody asking.
Anyone wants to know? He's the owner of the show. Che.
Hey, no.
We
He's
have
the
a
yacht.
comment here
He
from
runs a yacht.
Ridwan, thanks for watching the show. This came out and said I disagree to ESL. So guys, I mean, it's been a long show, 1 hour plus. So let's wrap it up and give your final thoughts on how things should move forward or your say on it. Start off with Nick.
You want to know what? I will make a small prediction.
Hmm?
I would say there's going to be compromise. I would say that the leagues will cave. All right. UEFA will open talks. The ESL will go forward in whatever format it will be. But again, the ESL already can see that the backlash has been massive. They have to eat a bit of humble pie already. And there's also rumors now going on that there's particular one or two teams already chicken feet already, trying to find a way, weasel the way out of the agreement already. I would say that in a way, it's a lose-lose for everyone if it goes on. It's a win-win if it's a win-win if they can find a way forward to be able to work everything out. Right? I mean, Dinesh, you said the structure is there is one. If this is a good kick in the butt for it, I feel that this is
Yeah.
for it. That's the only silver lining. But other than that, if this goes forward, the fundamentals of grassroots is all going to be gone. I mean, where's the money going to go in from there already? That's my thought about that. But in
Because
the
the
end of the day,
fundamental thing is the money.
yeah,
So how it's going to distribute it, it's going to be out of the picture.
look, tickets are not going to tickets is not going to come back for the foreseeable future. It's going to be broadcasting. Broadcast is king right now. That's where the cash is. So the only way you can play that game, right, is to do whatever you want to do with that, because the fans are not 10,000 fans is not going to fill up your coffers very fast, right? Even with matches or so. So the 12 teams need the money from this. $500 million just for joining into the league is nothing to sniff at. That will clear up Barcelona and Real Madrid's debts altogether
Yeah,
already.
in one go,
Right.
in one
Yeah,
single
in one go. Right. That will solve a lot of United's problem in filling up their squad.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. We
But
can finally
again,
land Mbappe.
no, but again, Nick, just to add on that, what you said,
Sure, sure.
what's going to happen is inflation of player value.
Yes.
You see,
You
so what's
mentioned
going
that
to
just
happen?
now.
If I'm
Yeah,
the owner, I will definitely take this up.
Yeah. Go on, Sashi. You say you want to take it up, then you go down.
hello.
Sashi, you there?
His connection is lagging. His line is
Yeah,
lagging.
I think line is stuttering a bit.
You need to go and complain to your service provider.
Where are you, bro?
Dino,
Location.
Dino's on form today.
No, but
Yeah.
as what I was telling Nick earlier,
Yeah.
there's a danger for ESL also that when the moment the money comes in big, there inflation of players, wages structure. So FFP, I mean, FFP is already a joke. You see, even
Yeah.
UEFA, FFP, last season, Man City was convicted of some wrongdoings. And guess what? They escaped the sanction. They were
Yeah.
found innocent, but they were given a penalty. What the heck is going on? You are guilty, you're innocent, but you paid a penalty. How is that innocent? That is.
Dinesh,
Uh,
Bangdin, once a wise man said this. Jose
uh,
Mourinho, he said this. He asked the same question. He asked the same question. If you
yeah,
are
so
not wrong, why you are giving penalty?
correct. You see, Pua, even that is a small incident which shows the flexibility of fault in UEFA. The flexibility of fault was already seen there. UEFA is actually a walking criminal playground. Personally, a walking criminal playground. So, Nick, I mean, just to add
Yeah.
on what you said,
No, 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 no.
yeah,
Dinesh is. I mean, so that's my prediction.
yeah,
There will be some kind of compromise moving forward. They can't risk losing these 6 teams. These 12 teams. Sorry, 6 from the Premier League. So we see what happens next. But again, I agree with Sashi also. Sashi, we'll wait to see for the next few days what happens. All right, let's see what Hendo has calling for the emergency meeting with all the team captains. All right, and we'll see how it goes. That's my take on it. I've gone from denial, acceptance. I don't know where the spectrum of the grief already.
yeah.
But we'll see where it goes. All right, back to you, Vinod.
Yeah, thanks, Nick.
Yeah,
Good one,
exactly.
Dave. Well, okay, Sashi is back.
So she's back, but stuttering.
Yeah, he's back.
Sashi.
He's back.
But now
Uh,
line is breaking.
no, but for me, I just want to conclude something
Oh,
where
now only you guys can see me.
if
Okay. I think. Can you hear me or not?
Ken, we
yeah,
can
yeah,
hear
go
you.
on, go
Yeah.
on, go on.
Go on, go on.
You want to try to switch off your video and try to just talk on audio and see? That might be better because your line is quite bad.
Can
Can you
Yeah,
guys?
we can see you.
can, but
Who,
black
me?
and white. Yeah, it's black and white. The colors all are. I think it's better you off the video because then the bandwidth won't take much.
Sashi,
Okay.
are you there?
It's quite low. I think
Can
we
you hear
better
me,
move
guys?
on.
Yeah,
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 okay,
better, Sashi. Yes, much better.
Vinod, can you hear me?
can.
can.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
can go on.
Okay, I think it has been an overreaction from all the side and all the angles. So I think what we should do right now is to calm down, because at the end of the day, if we eliminate all these 12 clubs from their domestic leagues and also European tournament, it's not going to be the same amount of magnitude anymore. This tournament, this football tournament that is going to impact our life, because only those who has attached the clubs that is currently who's out of these 12 teams is going to watch it. So for all of us as the broadcasting audience, we are going to feel something like a void. So what I feel is that in these few days they are going to use this 12 teams is going to use this time to negotiate with UEFA and also FIFA to come up with the correct solution. So we are not, what we are just seeing is just an overreaction, overstatement of UEFA and also all the other leagues trying to monopolize everything. So I think the answer will come out in about 2 or 3 weeks time. They will actually like sit down, have a discussion about it. So they are going to come up with the plan that is going to benefit everybody. Because one wrong move, I think it's not fair for the players as well. Because the players playing for the 12 teams, they cannot do anything much because they are under contract. You cannot just walk out from the club not agreeing what they are doing, because you're still bounded by the contract and someone need to pay your release clause and so on. So they are also in the mix, like they cannot do anything, they're powerless. By banning the players, you're not going to actually like solving anything. You are just putting a scare onto the players and also fans.
Yeah.
So UEFA has to be more sensible. They have to sit down with the ESL, and what they are discussing is the change of structure, the change of the income structure. Because at the moment 80% of the income comes from these 12 clubs, whereas the teams, the 12 teams is getting back peanuts, and the big chunk of the money goes back to UEFA. So this is where the corruption lies. The same thing is happening with the domestic leagues and so on. So that is the reason why when these companies trying to propose a better structure which actually befits them as a club to move forward, naturally these owners tend to take it. So
Hmm.
over time we will see that more people will actually accept this concept. But I don't think it's going to be a breakaway league like what we are actually reacting early to the fans, so that anything that they say they are going to be against it. So from the beginning they are only saying that this is going to
The,
be,
the,
it's like a fourth tournament that they are entering in a year, all these clubs. So it's not going to be a breakaway as they claim it's to be. Only if UEFA reacts, UEFA and also their domestic league reacts to ban them, then they don't mind going out as a separate entity or a separate league. Because at the end of the day, UEFA and also their domestic league are still under contract.
Sashi's on mute. Okay, I mean, maybe we move on to Dave. Dave, what do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, any final say
there,
from you?
there is something just came up.
Okay.
UEFA is preparing counter attack in the Super League. UEFA is working with English Investment Fund to come up with the new LOC that would have a starting budget of 4.5 billion euros, but which could go up to 7 billion. So UEFA has started reacting to all these things.
This is what
Uh,
you see, the tit for tat kind of thing. This is not, it is
Yeah.
counterproductive.
yeah. So to me, I stick to my opinion, like what I said. I'm against this. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't um, divide the fan base who is already divided. Like Pua always says, the fan base is already divided. So we don't want to have a divided fan base just because of clubs can earn extra bucks, like Bandan said earlier. They can club or even the owners. No, precisely we can say owners earning extra bucks. But see, don't kill the legacy of football. Just love the name of the game, and for me this shouldn't happen, and I hope it doesn't happen. We have like eight six matches or 7 matches into the Premier League, and also the other European elite leagues, Bundesliga, North, La Liga, and Serie A and stuff. So we just enjoy the football. Just enjoy the football. I think Sashi has a point there where we probably could have probably without realizing, without I mean, unconsciously we have overreacted to some of the things. But I think the things will not happen in overnight. I guess it's going to happen back. I mean, coming 2023 or 2024. There's a lot of time to think about this and to get a solution on what could be the driving forward or moving forward of European football, or even the football itself. So for me, I would just like to conclude that it's going to happen, and I just hope that fans stay unite and in unity together. Do not have divided opinions or feedbacks on this. Just carry on with what we are doing right now. And I would not actually oppose with what Banden said, that we should actually like I think Kabinesh said he wants to terminate his Hastro account and stuff like that. So go ahead and show your support for not having
Dave,
this European
the
Super League.
Astro is something else, and nothing to do with ESL. I don't know. It's
No,
more
no,
of
no,
a
no,
repetition.
no, no. There is a relation on it. See, where else? Where at the end of the day, you're gonna watch that ESL in that Astro. So I just hope that this thing doesn't happen, and I guess we will have an episode 2 of this European Super League reactions. I guess.
Hopefully, Dave. Let's see how it goes by.
Yeah.
Poa, any last words from you?
Uh, See, I'm against it, but I'm same page with Nick. I think I've gone from denial to acceptance and then denial, acceptance, and then, but I think I'm pretty clear with what I want to see. Uh, I'm against this project, but I feel it will go on. I think this project will go on with some compromise. And I believe
Mm.
both UEFA and FIFA are not that stupid to ban all these players from not competing in World Cups and Euros. That's a major letdown for them. How you expect to watch a World Cup without all these top players? If you see the number of players who playing for these 12 clubs, especially all of them are top players and who have played in the previous World Cups as well and ready to play the next tournaments. So I think there will be some talks. I think we are still in the early stage. I agree with Sashi that I think in a way there is a overreaction. Like yesterday in Allenro, Liverpool fans, some of them even burnt the jerseys. I think that's overboard. I think that's where Jurgen Klopp got pissed off in a way. Like he said, end of the day, players and managers not responsible for that. Okay, end of the day, you are showing your frustration as if you are hate the club. You shouldn't hate the club. You should hate your owners who took this decision. So by doing stuff like burning jerseys, even I'm against these banners which says rest in peace LFC, rest in peace MUFC.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm totally against it. I think end of the day, football still exists. Football will exist, and my only hope is football wins. End of the day, I really
yep,
hope for
yep,
that. But I
exactly.
think we are still in early stage. There will be a further development on this. I think
Yeah,
end of the day, I think this project will go on, but with some compromise. I think as the proposal by the Super League, I think they still want to play in the respective domestic league.
of
Okay, I
course.
think I think Premier League and UEFA, FIFA, I think they all like they didn't see this coming. I think they never
Yep.
see this backlash at all. So they are reacting from their point of view. So I
Yeah.
think we will see more development on this. Give it maybe give it a month or two. You never know. Maybe after the season over. And I just hope the current Champions League and Europa League campaign will go on. I don't
Yep.
want to see PSG awarded the Champions League by default. I want them to go play semi-finals and final and win it by merit. Same goes to Europa League. I don't want to see a final of Villarreal versus AS Roma where United and Arsenal is still there and they earned their place by merit by going through all this qualification and everything. See,
Yeah.
And of course, from fans' point of
Us.
view, they want to see games. They want to see games. Like, don't tell me you go and spoil the party when the semi-final is going to kick on. That's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So end of the day, I hope there will be a good decision taken after all this compromise. I think the Super League will go on. I think we should ready for evolution. I think football is all about evolution. From what I said, the European Cup, Champions League, now Super League is coming, Conference League. See, I think that's how football evolved over the years, and it's going to be that way. Yes, money speaks, but at the end of the day, I really, really hope football wins. End of the day, without breaking any tradition, any identity. See, I pretty much sure that the clubs like City and Chelsea don't care much. I think Robin Abramovich pretty much don't care much about these traditions, this history of the club. Same goes to Sheikh of Man City. But for clubs like United, Liverpool, and Arsenal, it's very important. It's very, very important. I really hope they maintain the integrity of the club. Um, for me, the damage of modern football has already been done for decades. Let's be real about it. Okay, that's why whenever you speak to elders who followed the football from 60s, 70s, they always speak highly about those days. They said
Mm.
football's no more the same. Football no more the same. Even in the 90s, they used to say that football was much more better in 70s and
This is
60s.
what
I
we are going
think
to say in 20 years down the road. Football
yes,
has not changed.
exactly, exactly. Probably in 20 years' time, the youngsters would say that Ronaldo and Messi never proved much because they never played in Super League.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct, correct.
See, this is the fact. This is what's been happening, and it will happen. So that's my view. I think the project will go on, but with some compromise. I don't see this point deduction, strip off your titles, all this coming through anger and disappointment only. Simple as that.
Okay, interesting one, Pro. I mean, Bang Denso gave his view just now. Sashi has a good point. I mean, thanks everyone, guys, for your views. And those who's
Uh,
watching, guys, I mean,
And
yeah,
you know,
Sashi,
just one
yes.
thing.
Yeah, go on, Sashi.
thank you.
Okay. Just to
Hmm.
add something, I just read on SoccerNet. Apparently,
I feel,
the clubs are.
hello.
Yeah, go on, Sashi.
Yeah, okay.
I feel it's an overreaction because before anything, I think the club hasn't done anything yet, and they are threatening to actually like ban them from the current season and so on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just to add on something I
Yeah.
read on SoccerNet, where apparently these six clubs, I mean, the 12 clubs are now
Usu.
willing to actually sit down and talk to UEFA and the domestic FAs. So
No, I
that is
feel
a
that
plus point. That's a plus point
to
because that means
threaten the clubs.
as long as there's communication going on, then I think it's healthy. I think that means they can meet at a and they can meet and agree to something. So I think this is what we should really hope goes on well. I just
Yeah.
hope that.
I mean, there's still a lot more to go. Let's see what happens
Mm.
and then what unfolds. Then we
Mm.
can come back for a second show on this. I
Yeah.
mean, thanks so much, Nick, Sashi, Hua, Bangdane, and Dave for all your insight. It's been great. I mean, there's a lot of reaction, but it's all positive reactions because we just want football. We just love
Yep.
football
Yeah.
and we want it for the better.
Yep.
So those who have been watching and following us, guys, thanks so much for watching the show. But before I end, I just want you to help us hit the like, subscribe, and follow button on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You know where to find us. Anyone wants to be in, just ping me up or ping any one of us in. Get into the show. Last but not least, we're not here signing off with the whole crew. Thank you and good evening.
Take care, guys.